Left hook by Ruelas.
I think some of the power was taken away from that one by De La Hoya backing away from the punch at that point. This is the kind of pressure Ruelas puts on you, though. See, he's relentless. He's right in front of you all the time. He wears fighters down just this way. He does not give you a moment to think.
De La Hoya using that stiff left jab and movement to offset this pressure from Ruelas.
And movement is what he needs against Ruelas. And he's doing well so far, De La Hoya.
Left hand by De La Hoya. Down goes Ruelas. Ruelas is up in the count. No, he's on his knees at 5, 6, 7, up at 8.
And he is in serious trouble. He is in serious trouble. He is very wobbly. De La Hoya with a big opportunity here.
A right hand by De La Hoya, and down goes Ruelas for the second time in round 2. The count is 5, and Ruelas is up already. He looks at Steele and says he's okay.
The 3 knockdown rule is in effect for this fight.
Plenty of time, 120 remaining in round 2. De La Hoya with the pressure, and the fight is over. Oscar De La Hoya has defeated Rafael Ruelas with a second round technical knockout.
And there can be no question that there is a real superstar now in boxing. Exchange of left jab. Each fighter trying to show that he's got the better jab. Counter right hand by De La Hoya over the left of Hernandez. Nicely done. We're halfway through the scheduled 12 rounds. De La Hoya back to his corner, taking a quick walk around the ring, and he doesn't want any more. Genaro Hernandez quit. He just gave it up. He said no more. And Oscar De La Hoya marches on.
Leija missed a lot of punches in that sequence, buddy. He's trying to hit and not get it at the same time. Good flurry by Oscar. Hit. Oh, a perfect left hook by Oscar De La Hoya.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Picture perfect left hook by Oscar De La Hoya.
Left hook right there. Watch. Watch.
De La Hoya in for the kill. Leija backing away. Leija is open for a left hook. De La Hoya just pouring under punches. Right hand. Good left hook, all right. He's taking punches and he's rocked back in De La Hoya's corner. Leija's trying to hold on, but he can't. He's out on his feet right now, buddy. Oh, a big right hand. That should be it. That should be it.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
The bell rang. No, he stopped it. It's all over. Oscar De La Hoya with a huge flurry late in the round.
Well, the Jesse James Oscar De La Hoya fight was indeed extraordinary. West meets East, 16,000 people. Tony, it had to be special.
It was. I was there. What was so special about it, it brought Madison Square Garden, the mecca of boxing, back online in professional boxing. Everybody came out to see the Golden Boy at work.
We've heard superstars say, I haven't made it until I've done it at Madison Square Garden. De La Hoya did. When we come back, we'll take a look at a mega fight. De La Hoya and Julio Cesar Chavez.
Yo no creo que la pelea tenga un fallo de decisión.
I don't think the fight will be a decision, but a KO in favor of Oscar De La Hoya. I repeat that I don't see any rivals for Oscar De La Hoya. He is one special case in the sport of boxing.
When Oscar De La Hoya fought Julio Cesar Chavez, it was a mega promotion for several reasons. Number one, Tony, maybe the largest Hispanic market ever to watch a fight. And number two, Chavez legitimately was De La Hoya's idol.
Oh, it was. It was so many little things in this fight. It was 21 cities in 18 days for the press tour going all across the country. There were private jets. There was ways to get around the country people didn't even think of just to sell tickets on this fight.
And Oscar De La Hoya said, I want Chavez to make $1 more than me. He showed respect that you don't really see from guys going into fights.
You're right. A lot of guys, they'll be surly, they won't talk to him, but when you look up to a guy, even if he looks down to you, you just keep the respect level because you feel you're going to beat him, you want to do it with class.
And it was a throwback, the way this fight was promoted. You talked about basically the planes, all the travel. And that's a good concept because now you get fighters involved from an incentive standpoint, and they do a lot more for you.
You have to realize you got to sell the fight to get the fans to come. This was on closed circuit, a little bit different, but it gives the fans a chance to come out and say, I think I want to go to this fight, and that's what these guys did.
One thing about seeing so much of Julio Cesar Chavez, Oscar De La Hoya was as focused as for any fight in his distinguished career.
In training in Big Bear, mountains in California, everything was going great, perfect. I was up there for about 3 months. I had some bad days, had some good days, you know, and you know, my physical training was excellent. You know, everything was perfect. But I prepared myself for about 2 months mentally, trying to stay focused. You know, how am I going to react when people are booing me when I'm coming down the aisle? You know, I was kind of living that moment, you know, before the fight, and I was just real focused. I was just visualizing what's going to happen the night of the fight. And it did. The exact same thing that I visualized happened. I mean, people were against me and rooting for Chavez, and you know, the exact same thing happened. And I was just staying focused, just concentrating on my opponent, thinking about all the training I was doing in Big Bear, and it worked.
I've had my eye on Oscar De La Hoya for a long time. He is an outstanding fighter.
And another good left hand inside, and another left hook outside from De La Hoya.
Oh.
And a combination scored by De La Hoya. And another combination punishing Chavez.
Uppercuts.
Chavez is now bleeding from the nose as well as the eye. I remember De La Hoya.
De La Hoya pouring it on. Chavez now not
Look at that nose. Look at the nose. That's worse. His nose is worse than his eye. In his last fight, he broke his opponent's nose.
Blood pouring from the nose and the eye, and Joe Cortez calls a halt. He'll have the doctor look at this cut. Dr. Flip Homansky comes up from the far side.
Also cut inside the mouth. Every time De La Hoya punches, he spins right on the end, and it slices the face. That's it, says Homansky.
It is all over. Jose De La Hoya. Oscar De La Hoya. Pardon me. With Jose Rivero, the old man at his corner, exulting his victory, a fourth-round knockout, a dominant performance by Oscar De La Hoya over the legendary Julio Cesar Chavez.
Sí, bueno, yo pienso que es un compromiso muy fuerte en el cual tú tienes que preparar al 100%. Creo que no va a haber pretextos.
I take it as a serious commitment. I have no excuses, no cuts. I feel physically and mentally well. I am optimistic, and all Mexicans see me as the avenger of Julio Cesar Chavez, the idol. I don't like for people to feel this way. I only want them to think that I am a deserving representative of Mexico, who has a big desire to return the title to Mexico. I have dreamt of fighting with Oscar De La Hoya, but I never knew the outcome.
Pues mira, si fuera una pelea contra...
If the opponent was other than Oscar De La Hoya, I'd say that Miguel Angel could end his opponent with KO. But with the exception of Mike Tyson, Oscar is the biggest star of today's boxing. So I think we could expect a KO in favor of Oscar.
Well, Tony, Miguel Angel Gonzalez is 41-0, and people were saying, who?
41-0, 31 knockouts. Very tough customer. Living in the shadow of Julio Cesar Chavez, this gives him a chance to be the man in Mexico.
And a new trainer this time.
Hall of Fame trainer Emmanuel Stewart will be working with him, trying to duplicate what he did with Chavez when Chavez had his rematch with Frankie Randall.
Well, for Miguel Angel Gonzalez, no doubt, a tremendous opportunity.
Bueno, yo pienso que es una meta más que riña. Yo creo que es una meta que
I think this is just a goal. I have planned for a long time, but I've never received this opportunity from Julio Cesar Chavez. I always wanted to be a super lightweight champion. I would have wanted to come as a lightweight champion to this fight, but I never had the opportunity, and it took leaving the lightweight division because of weight problems to be able to have a shot at the super lightweight division. The winner between Julio Cesar Chavez and Oscar De La Hoya had to take me on. The official contender to the super lightweight title.
Well, Miguel is 104-1 as an amateur and professional. His only loss was in Seoul, Korea, to a Korean. He's 41-0 as a pro, 31 knockouts. He does what he has to do to win. I think it's going to be a tough, long fight. I think that by the middle rounds, Oscar's going to have to come to Miguel to not only to make it a fight, but I think the public, the American public, is looking for Oscar to rise above the rest, and he's going to have to do that, to come to Miguel in order to do that. I think that's where that's what's going to be bad for him. I think that Miguel will be able to use his experience and wear him down and maybe stop him late in the fight.
Well, Miguel Angel Gonzalez is a heavy hitter. His record shows it. He's 41-0 with 30-some-odd knockouts. He's a fighter who can take a punch. He has a style that just keeps on coming. He doesn't run, he doesn't box, but it's a style where you know, can present problems for me if I'm not in the best shape of my life. I feel it's going to be a good fight, action-packed fight, where people are going to get their money's worth.
They call him a superstar, an American hero. He's the golden boy from East L.A., Oscar De La Hoya. Olympic gold medalist, 22-0, 20 KOs. A power puncher with lightning hands. He's the world champion. In Mexico, they call him the best, the #1 contender, two-time champion Miguel Angel Gonzalez. The hottest fighter south of the border. Fast, furious, dangerous. 41-0 with 31 KOs. Now this Mexican marauder crosses the border determined to bring home the belt. Is he the man to polish off the golden boy? Find out when De La Hoya meets Gonzalez in the fight for pride and country. Plus, 3 more world championship fights and Butterbean. Live on pay-per-view, presented by Caesar's Palace. Be there when this border dispute erupts. De La Hoya versus Gonzalez. Live Saturday, January 18th. Call to order.